Hello everybody and welcome to a first look at City Transport Simulator Tram Edition. If this does happen to be the first video or live stream you've seen by me, then my name's Richard, aka Dovetail, and I'm a mainline freight train driver and former passenger train driver based in the southeast of England. Now, if I hadn't have been a train driver, I'm pretty sure I would have been a tram driver. There's just something about driving a train on tracks along a street with traffic and pedestrians. It's just really appealing. So I am really enthusiastic and really looking forward to seeing what City Transport Simulator has got to offer. Developed by ViewApp and published by Dovetail Games, this is releasing for early access on the 20th of June 2024. I have been given a key for this game completely free of charge, but all the opinions are my own. So that's enough chatter for me. Let's jump in and play some games. Very dramatic. Well, there we go. That's the introduction to the game. Welcome to the early access phase of City Transport Simulator Tram. Just to bear in mind that some of the things on the game are not yet final features, and it is still it's early access. So it's still a bit of work in progress. There might be a few bugs and bits and bobs in there, but we shall play along and see what happens. Right, let's press the magical button. We are in City Transport Simulator Tram. Interesting name, City Transport Simulator Tram. I wonder if they're going to expand on that, whether we're going to get maybe buses or light rail or anything like that. I vote for the Schwebebahn, aka the dangly barn, hanging monorail Wuppertal thing. That'd be a pretty cool addition. Wonder if we're going to get buses or anything though. That's it's the way it's named, City Transport Simulator Tram Edition. Sort of lends itself to expansion. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to jump into a tram and get driving, and then we'll sort of talk about some of the other features in the game as we go along. So just jump into sandbox mode. Custom session. Let's go with that. So we've got a couple of trams we can choose from as default. So I don't know much about trams. Unfortunately, none of these are UK trams. UK trams is something that I'd really like to see in this game, perhaps maybe as a DLC. Sheffield Super Tram, Blackpool Croydon, anything like that. Manchester Metrolink would be absolutely awesome. Definitely a gap in the market for that. Let's go with that. That looks a bit more retro. I like retro. And we've got a livery option there, so perhaps we're going to get a livery editor as well, which would be pretty cool. Right, so select a line. So several lines we can drive on here. My understanding of it all, we've got this city called Tramau, and all the lines within it are fictional. So let's just go with, like I say, I don't really have much of a clue about this. Let's just go with line 1. Start at the beginning, heading down to the end. And we've got our time of day there. We'll go 8 o'clock in the morning, should be relatively busy. Preparation time 1 minute. Vehicle state, I like that. Ready to drive, so presumably you can have the vehicle shut down. That's a nice little feature. Currently under construction, we can't change that. And your preparation time as well, I like that. So let's press some buttons and get into it. So I have had a little play of this. I've gone through the tutorial, so it was a couple of days ago. So hopefully I can remember what all the buttons do. But as I seem to remember, it's got some pretty handy tooltips. I do like the DHL screen, DHL van in there. So that sort of says we might be getting some IPs in there, which of course helps to give it a little bit more realism. So I'm all for that if we're going to get some kind of branded shops and some different IPs and stuff in there. Whether we're going to have mod support on this or not, I don't know. Mod support would be really good. We could definitely be putting some new textures. If you haven't got the IPs and the companies in there, you could definitely do them. Okay, play fab error. Get address info. Error not found. Well, it doesn't seem to have stopped us getting into the game. Like I say, this is early access, so any bugs that come up, hopefully they're going to get those ironed out before release. Right, so we've got a nice tooltip at the top telling us what to do. Press J to activate doors. Wait for the passengers to board the tram and press M to lock the doors. So having a little look around outside. It does kind of look like Tram Sim. It's kind of got that sort of Tram Sim vibe to it. That's not surprising because it is made by ViewApp, who are also the devs of Tram Sim. So let's jump back inside. Press M, wait for the passengers to board, and press M. And I think we're already late. So all doors are shut. Press W to continue driving. There we go. So this does have controller support on it as well, which is something that would be quite interesting. We'll get going. We'll have a little look through the features on the tram. We'll have a little look around the outside. So yeah, it's not... That's a good start. It's not A and D to go. So I wonder if you can remap the controls. So that's the first thing to have a look at. Let's just see if we're able to... No, unfortunately we can't remap the controls, which is a little bit annoying. So W is your accelerator, S is your brake. So we're used to like playing train sim A and D. So it's going to take... We're going to have a few emergency brakes because D is your emergency brake button. So we'll try not to. Right, let's get a decent camera angle. I've done it again. Right, okay. Fingers and thumbs, fingers and thumbs. Right. Tea and biscuits with the manager. So I like the handy display down the bottom telling us how far we've got, what speed limit we've got, how far we've got till the next speed restriction. That is all pretty useful. So whilst editing this, I've just noticed that my big fat head is blocking the heads-up display. Now, in an ideal world, I'd go back and re-record the video, but as I used to do with my homework at school, I've left this right to the last minute and haven't got time. So here's a few shots of what the heads-up display looks like.
Haltestelle Baumannstraße.
Hey, we got indicators. Apparently we're good for 30 round here. That does seem a little bit quick. So it said we had 200 odd meters to go until our station stop, and now we're sort of just about here. So and it was J to open the doors, if I remember rightly. Play fab error again. It doesn't seem to be affecting the game too much. So that looks like a sort of a CCTV view of inside the cab. I'm not sure if that's coming across on the video, but it's like sort of pixelated and stuff, so that's pretty cool. Let's jump back inside. I am absolutely struggling with the camera controls now. It won't let me look around in free mode. Drive off with the doors released. Maybe not. Okay, so that... Just noticed the traffic lights. Just noticed the signal there went back to danger. Yeah, looking at it so far, the graphics don't look too bad. Some of the vans and cars and stuff do look a little bit blocky, but it doesn't look too bad. Be interesting to sort of see as we go along a bit further, see what we've got. The NPCs they're a little bit buggy, as you can see there. That kind of person looks like they're standing inside of the other person, clipping through. So that's something that definitely needs a little bit of work doing to it. And we've got a tram coming the other way.
Haltestelle Kaiserpark. Übergang zur Linie 2.
Yeah, I don't speak German and I'm going to make absolutely no attempt to translate what's being said. It would be a disaster, trust me. Sort of nice suspension physics going on though. The tram's bouncing around quite nicely. Just getting used to the brakes on this. It's quite strong. Getting those doors open. So I do like the fact that we can just press the left and right hand keys respectively in order to check our mirrors and look around the cab. That's quite a nice little feature going on there. What have I done? Right, we are good. Taking a little bit of a while to get used to the controls, but not too bad. So we got some shops over there. We've got a game. We've got Burger Bar. Haven't seen anything kind of recognisable just yet.
Oberer Ring. Übergang zur Linie 2.
So my criticism at the moment would be that it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I think 8 o'clock in the morning we went for. But the place looks pretty lifeless. Ah, there's a DHL van. We found one. That was almost a good stop. I like the City Transport Simulator logo over there. Oh, early access. Under construction zone over there. Right, let's see if we can get a little bit more time back. Pizzeria, Fenitica Bank. Failing to indicate round the corner.
Haltestelle Ringensteinstraße.
Another DHL van there. Yeah, in terms of kind of the number of people walking around and the traffic and stuff, it doesn't seem like there's that much going on. I would like to see, maybe that's something we're going to get in full game, but I would like to see a lot more traffic. This would probably be a lot easier with controller support, I'd imagine. So, one of the things I haven't spoken about yet in this game is there's also a career mode where you can kind of, my understanding of it is you can build your own company, you can create your own routes, put trams on them, so it's got a bit more of a data update rate exceeded. Yeah, so I'm sticking with the fact this is still in early access. That's why we're getting a few errors popping up here and there. The other one that's a known error at the moment is kind of people in walkways. So you sometimes see people sort of in the pavements. I just hope while it's in early access that they're going to listen to feedback from the community and kind of, you know, see what people are wanting from it. It's an interesting concept because, I mean, like I say, ViewApp made Train Sim Vienna and Train Sim Munich, which are two separate games. So this kind of seems like a platform to sort of put both games in. And the fact that it's called City Transport Simulator Tram, like I said earlier, does kind of suggest to me that maybe we are going to see more modes of transport in the game in the future.
Haltestelle Hauptbahnhof West.
And definitely would like to see UK content. There's definitely a gap in the market for UK-based tram content. I don't think we've got anything, so definitely a gap in the market for that. But yeah, the city looks nice. The graphics are quite nice. The lighting's pretty decent. The sounds on it are not too bad at all. It sounds pretty decent. And I think this is a game, you know, you've got this fictional city. I think once you've learnt the route, you know where the stops are, you know where the speed limits are. I pressed the wrong button. You know where the stops are, you know where the speed limits are. I think you could sort of really start to enjoy this. Traffic light ignored. Well, we haven't ignored it because we haven't gone past it. So again, yeah, I guess that's probably another bug in the game. So from my understanding of this is, the arrow's pointing to the left. That's telling us our points are set to the left. And that's telling us we can proceed straight on, left and right. But we know the points are set to the left, so we're okay to proceed round to the left. So we shall indicate, because that's the right thing to do. We don't have a mirror on the left-hand side.
Haltestelle Hauptbahnhof. Fahrtende. Bitte aussteigen.
and we are 20 miles an hour all the way along here, just about coming to the end of this run. So we'll jump in another tram and do another run, because I am quite enjoying what I'm seeing so far. Do let me know down in the comments section below, you know, if this is the sort of game you like to play, any thoughts, any input on it. Again, I think the biggest thing for me at the moment is it looks a little bit lifeless, so hopefully that's something that's going to get addressed. And the ability to remap the controls would be, you know, that's, in my mind, that's really, really necessary. But I do need to plug a game controller into it and try playing it with a game controller. I think that's going to make all the difference, I genuinely do. Quite a decent length run that as well, so I say decent length, you know, in so much that it's not so long where you're sitting there forever. Sort of the detail inside the building there looks pretty good. That's a nice little touch. I think we can actually get out and walk around as well. I think we've got kind of like, yeah, people in the pavement. I think there is a button we can press and we can actually get out the tram and go and walk around. So let's give that a go. Sort of see if we can check it out in a little bit more detail. Yes, so there we go. Do you want to skip the pause time? That's a nice feature. So if you've got 10 minutes waiting time at the terminus, you can skip it. We'll say no because we're actually going to go off and have a look around. So we were going to go off and have a look around, but unfortunately I can't move the camera. I am just stuck in that position. So we will jump in and do another route. Hopefully that will reset the cameras. 2.31 kilometres. Traffic lights respected. Stopped at stations. Traffic lights ignored. 1. Not so good. I didn't think I ignored any, but there we go. Okay, let's have a look at some of the other features while we're here. Manage lines. City operation. Welcome to the operations overview. In this menu, you can manage the entire city operation from designing your own lines and timetables to the vehicles. Awesome. Edit timetables. You can buy or sell trams under vehicle fleet. That's pretty cool. So manage lines. Create a new line. So we can sort of create our own routes and stuff going on there. That's pretty cool. How do we go back? Passenger volume network. Back. Edit timetables. In this menu you can get an exact overview of the timetable for the line. Start, end times, etc, etc. I think we could probably spend a whole video doing this sort of thing, just looking at an overview of what we got. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What do we got there? Vehicle fleet. In this vehicle menu, you can get an overview of your vehicle fleet, purchase new vehicles or remove vehicles from your fleet. So presumably we've got like a budget or an amount of money or tram points or something like that. I'm not quite sure how it works. In the market, you have an overview of all available vehicle types that you can obtain. When you buy a new vehicle, it's displayed in your depot. In your depot, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Nice. And it gives us a list of all the trams there. Those are the ones we had available in the main menu. Yeah, like I say, I think we can... Statistics there. And we got some awards we can earn, which is good. I think we can probably spend quite a long time sort of looking through that, so we won't delve too much into that at the moment. We'll do... We've got a tutorial there. We'll do another custom run. Let's go with a different sort of vehicle. Let's go with this one, ULFA1. I've got no idea what these are based on or where they come from, so if you do know, then do let me know. That would be pretty cool. 70 kilometers an hour, though. It's quite a fast vehicle, so let's go with that. We done Route 1. Route 3 seems like a bit of a longer run. We can move map. There we go. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so quite a sort of manageable sized network there to get your head round. So let's go with that. Let's start at the beginning and we'll go down to the end. Let's do 6 o'clock in the morning. I want to see if we've got any lighting effects or any weather or anything like that in game at the moment. That'll be quite interesting to see if we've got that. I do like this loading screen though. It's very well done. So in terms of the way the game's running, it seems to be running pretty well. I'm playing it on PC, but as I understand it, this will also be available for console. But yeah, it seems to be running pretty smooth. I've not really had sort of too many frame rate issues and stuff. Just the odd kind of crashes we've seen. Oh, hello! Right, we have got some nighttime sort of lighting and effects going on, so that'll be interesting to see how that progresses as we go along. Right, I've got my camera control back. I'm able to move around again. So let's have a sort of look at some of the other controls. So left control, vehicle menu, central key, pantograph, reverser, headlight on, high beam. Okay, so we can toggle our high beam on and off. That's pretty cool. Cabin light, definitely on for our passengers. Cockpit light, on and off. That's cool. Emergency light, on or off. Hazard lights. That's pretty cool. Indicators, we know release doors, lock doors, open all doors, close all doors, door one. Spring-loaded brake, automatic. That's like your parking brake, I guess. So if we have a look behind... it won't let us look behind us in this tram. Let's go into one of the inside views. Oh, there we go. I'm up and about and walking. Just like I said we could earlier. Just like you can in Train Sim. You sort of get up and about and go for a walk around. Is that white lights on the back? We've got a CIS system working there. Network map, timetables. I don't know if there's any collectibles or anything like that that you have to go off and do. But yeah, we can certainly walk around, which is pretty cool. I've not seen any wheelchair passengers or anything like that in game at the moment. That would be pretty cool. I know that's something we have got in Tram Sim where you have to deploy the ramp and stuff. So press and hold F to sit down. It's E in Train Sim. I really want to remap the controls. We'll have a look around the cab. So reverser. Oh, that is actually selectable. Move forwards, move backwards. Forward shunting. Forward with passengers, forward emergency. Okay. Central key. None of those are selectable. Raise pantograph, lower pantograph. Then we've got headlight toggle, cabin light, emergency light, copy. So kind of all the stuff that we sort of saw when we were in the vehicle menu down the bottom there. It's nice to kind of have that vehicle menu, so if you can't sort of find what you're looking for, you've got it all at hand, which is quite nice. How much interaction have we got with the... I'm not going to play too much with this, but... Oh, cool.
Haltestelle Danielsplatz.
It's throwing me up all sorts of errors. Yeah, so I've got not really got a clue what I'm doing with that, but that's obviously your information screen system. Release doors, bell, and the door switch. Right, that is enough. We are already running late, so let's get driving.
Haltestelle Danielsplatz.
See if we can do a better job of driving. 15 going around the corner here. You're losing a lot of speed on the corners, so the physics do seem... I mean, my limited experience with trams, but the physics seem pretty good. And we've got a 20 coming up, so the yellow 2 on the square background tells us we've got... That's the start of the speed limit. A triangle is a warning of a speed limit. And we've got the horizontal line in front of us, which is our stop signal. Hopefully we haven't broke it and it's all going to work and it is going to change. If not, we can ignore it. It doesn't seem to sort of punish us too much for ignoring traffic lights. There we go. Q and E for your indicators, left and right, respectively. And if you press A on your keyboard, it jumps straight back to the idle position, which is pretty cool. Your throttle jumps straight back to idle. So you got the 3 on the triangle, that's a warning for 30. And that's your commencement just there, so we get some brakes in. Quite a lot of gradients. It's looking quite nice on the gradients. Again, it's just the kind of the outside noises and the traffic density. Just the world just doesn't seem alive around me. I'm enjoying the tram driving experience, but the world just doesn't seem alive. Right, we've got our vertical line. We are off. We are good for 50. Let's get some speed in.
Haltestelle Universität. Übergang zur Linie 2.
How far to the station? 98 metres. Apparently there was a station there, but I stopped there, but I didn't see it. Okay, that's interesting. So that traffic light, I think, was showing the wrong position. I'm sure that was showing that we were going off to the right. Like I say, the signalling system and stuff is a little bit bugged in it at the moment. Hopefully while it's in early access, these are all things that are going to be ironed out. It's even so, though, it's still enjoyable. There's nothing that's kind of stopped me from enjoying the game. The lighting does look pretty nice, actually. And we can sort of see the people getting on and off in our little monitor on the right-hand side there. Train sim, you need to do that. We need that in train sim. Right, we are good for straight on. We are good for 50. There's a 20 coming up.
Haltestelle Bernhardsplatz. Übergang zur Linie 2.
We're going straight on according to that sign there. And we are speeding. I think you do really need to know your routes, because you sort of, I'm looking at the speed limits coming up and I'm finding it quite difficult to control. So I think sort of having that route knowledge and stuff is going to really help with your enjoyment of the game. But the network is such where I think it'd be quite easy to sort of play it a few times and sort of start learning the stations and the speed limits and where everything's at. And I like that we can look at our little monitor and you do actually see people getting on and off. That does add something to the game, and that's something I've said in Train Sim World, something I've wanted for a long time. I don't mean to keep comparing this to Train Sim World, but something I've wanted for a long time is some sort of dispatch system. Right, so we've got arrow to the left, which tells us we are going round to the left here. So I'm going to indicate round to the left. Hey, I got it right. I got it right, or the game got it right.
Haltestelle Heimatmuseum.
Definitely fingers and thumbs with the buttons. Right, we're good for 50. I keep pressing that emergency stop. Definitely everyone spilt their morning coffees on this tram ride. It's definitely spilt their morning coffees. I've closed the doors.
Haltestelle Sommerfeldgarten.
Yeah, this just seems like it should be a lot busier. That's my biggest thing with the game at the moment, is the world just doesn't seem very alive. Other than that, I'm really enjoying it. Warning for a 25, but we have got a station coming up. Let's see if we can get a decent stop. I'm challenging myself now to stop this tram. Hey, I'll take that. That wasn't too bad. I am saying the same things over and over again here, but I'm really liking that little monitor.
Haltestelle am Schlosspark.
Cine Universe Cinema over there by the looks of it. Be really, this is out there, but it'd be really cool to get something like the GTA worlds or something like that, you know, and put trams on them and be able to drive through maps and worlds that we already know. That would be out there. That would be pretty cool. Just noticed the kind of pantograph coming down there. I was trying to get an outside shot, but the camera's done its trick of freezing up again, so unfortunately I can't move around. That is the shot we're stuck with. So we get to the end of this run, and then I think I'll surmise and then wrap it up. Points are set to go straight ahead, so we have got automatic switching of the points turned on. So there is an option in this where you have to switch the points manually as you approach them. I've got automatic point switching turned on at the moment, so I don't need to worry about that. And if you're trying to keep to the timetable as well, you do need to be pretty tight to those speed limits all the way along. Right, we are good for 50. Let's get it going. 20 coming up. Definitely getting the hang of how this is handling now. Which is just as well. So I don't know if there's like a timetable or anything like that we can bring up. I'm pressing me close doors button. Traffic light ignored, did I? Oh, I possibly did. I think it was telling me I was clear for the opposite direction and not the direction I've just gone in. Tea and biscuits with the manager.
Haltestelle Ringbibliothek.
I am not going to try with the pronunciations of the station names. I think there is, I know I've said it a couple of times, I think there is definitely a gap in the market for UK-based tram content. Short of a couple of games on Roblox, I don't think there's any UK-based tram stuff. Blackpool would be really cool with the illuminations. You can make a really cool thing out of that. But I think like the Sheffield Super Trams or, you know, Croydon Tram. Croydon for me because it's kind of my local one, but anything like that is got to be where it's at. Oh! Someone had a spad. Are we stopping here? It hasn't given me a little stopping thing, but it's telling me my next stop's in 0 meters. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be stopping here or not. No, people are getting on and off. Yeah, camera's locked up, so unfortunately I can't rotate it, but... it's pretty decent.
Haltestelle Wasserturm.
I like the Crocs. I'm guessing the little bell going off there's like a request stop type thing. Yeah, not too shabby. I just really hope that whilst it's in early access and before it goes on to full release, that, you know, we do get the game that is fully released is a finished product that's polished, and it doesn't just stay in early access for years and years to come. So I think it's got potential. It's definitely got potential.
Haltestelle Lilienstraße. Übergang zur Linie 6.
I just wish I could show you some sort of more outside shots and stuff, but that camera freezing up bug is pretty annoying. You're on and off the throttle a lot. You've really got to work this. Have we made up any time? So it's sort of coming out the city now and into the suburbs a bit. I don't know if this kind of one of these lines has got like a lot of suburban running. It'd be good to sort of go through and explore all the lines. So if you are watching this on the release day of the video or in the near future, I am going to be live streaming this over the next few weeks. So do absolutely look out for that on the channel. We do live stream. I try and live stream as much as I can, but being a mainline freight train driver, father to 4 wonderful children, real life does get in the way quite a lot. But we do enjoy doing some Train Sim World streams and some other bits and bobs now and again.
Fahrtende. Bitte aussteigen.
I was going to say that's the first crash we've had for a little while. But although it's crashing, it's not chucking us out the game or stopping us. So. Well, we got that wrong. We're going that way. Yeah, I don't know if it's kind of got, like, I say, out-of-town sections or underground sections or anything like that. Would be pretty cool, whatever it's got. And I should imagine this is where we're going to terminate. It does look pretty fancy. I will try and get out and go for a little wander around the city if it's going to let me. So that we have got this weird camera bug at the moment where it seems to want to lock up. I have no idea where my stopping point is. I'm going to say it's down here somewhere. There we go. I would say this is the termination point. It looks pretty kind of Terminator-y. No idea though. We'll find out in a minute. Whether it's going to offer me to skip the waiting time. So presumably if we skip the waiting time we can just... Yeah, there we go. Do you want to pause the time? No. We could just stay on this tram and keep driving round and round in circles. Yeah, the camera bug's done its thing again where it's not going to let me sort of move around or do anything. It's not even going to let me sit down again now. It has completely and utterly given up the ghost. So, with that in mind... So there we have it. City Transport Simulator, TRAM. Got potential. Definitely got potential. This is coming out, like I say, in early access on the 20th of June. It's on Steam. I think it's on Epic Games Store. It's also coming out on console, although I don't know if it's going to be early access on console. My biggest thing with the game at the moment is sort the bugs out, especially that camera bug where it freezes up. That's really annoying. And there's something about the world, the ambient sounds in the world, the amount of traffic, the amount of people, just doesn't feel alive and feel immersive. Now I know once you start putting a lot of that stuff in, you really start eating into frame rates, so maybe the devs have decided not to do that to keep the frame rates decent. I genuinely don't know, but it just... The way the tram drives and the way it looks, I think, is really nice. But the world just doesn't feel immersive and alive. So hopefully that's something that they're going to get onto and going to improve. But nevertheless, it's definitely got potential and it's definitely one to look out for. And it's another tram simulator. I mean, what's not to love about a tram simulator? All we need now is some UK content, some UK trams, some DLC, some mod support. That's what we need. That is where it is at. Anyway, guys, thank you very much to Dovetail Games and ViewApp for giving me a key and allowing me to play this game a couple of days ahead. Do hope you've enjoyed it. I am going to be streaming it on the channel over the next few weeks and sort of looking at any updates and stuff that do come out for it. So we're going to keep you updated. So if you want to stay up to date with this game and all the news and announcements and stuff, do hit the like button. Consider subscribing. That would be absolutely awesome. If you want to talk about this game, you want to talk about train sim, trains in general, real life aviation, anything you like, our fancy model railway project, but you can't see, but it's just behind me. You can see the corner of the baseboard. Somewhere there. Then you can join our Discord server. There's an invitation link down in the description below. You can also follow me on my social media channels, which are on screen for you now. And there's nothing else for me to say. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope to see you in another video or live stream very soon. Bye for now.